Hello everyone, I am Dr. Singh. This session 8 is a part of a series designed to help you understand how and why insomnia happens, why it often doesn't go away on its own, and most importantly, how your own habits, behavior, environment, and conditioning may be keeping it going. The goal of these sessions is providing information because when you understand how insomnia works, you regain a sense of control. Insomnia follows predictable patterns, and predictable patterns can be changed. You may notice single or multiple factors or behaviors related to your sleeplessness if you have any. Struggling with insomnia often means more than just a restless night. It involves a cycle of worry and hyper-focus on sleep. According to the cognitive model, when we constantly fret about exhaustion or monitor the clock, our brains stay in a state of high alert. This mental noise, combined with unhelpful coping habits like napping or excessive caffeine, actually keeps us awake longer. By understanding that our thoughts and behaviors are fueling the problem, we can begin to break the cycle and retrain our minds for better, more natural rest. Many people struggling with sleep fall into a cycle of heightened focus known as sleep monitoring. Instead of relaxing, individuals often scan their bodies for signs of arousal, obsess over environmental distractions, constantly track the clock. This hyper awareness creates a feedback loop of anxiety that signals the brain to stay alert, directly interfering with the natural transition to rest. Understanding this mental ability or mental habit is the first step toward breaking the cycle and reclaiming a healthy, effortless sleep pattern. Your brain works like a super guard to keep you safe and focused. This process has three main functions. Selective attention. It is like a spotlight. It helps you focus on one important thing while ignoring distractions. Observation. It is like a magnifying glass. This means carefully examining your surroundings to see what is happening. Danger detection. It is like a red warning. It helps your brain quickly identify potentially dangerous things. Together, these skills help you stay alert, learn better, and avoid trouble. Sleep anxiety often creates a self defeating cycle, worrying about how exhaustion affects your health, mood, and work performance only adds pressure, making rest harder to achieve. By understanding that these fears are common, you can begin to lower the stakes and reclaim a more natural, relaxed approach to sleep. Sometimes we worry about sleeping. This is called sleep related worry. It usually happens in two ways. Thinking too much. You might keep thinking about when you will fall asleep, how long you will sleep, or if you will sleep well. Worrying about tomorrow. You might feel scared that if you don't sleep, you will be too tired to play or feel sick the next day. Remember, your brain needs rest to stay healthy, and it is okay to relax. This image explains how selective attention to internal sensations can unintentionally disrupt rest. Instead of relaxing, many people find themselves closely monitoring their levels of alertness, physical discomfort, or pain. A common habit is clock watching, where tracking the passage of time creates a cycle of monitoring that keeps the brain active. By constantly checking in on how sleepy or awake they feel, individuals inadvertently trigger a state of heightened physiological arousal. Consequently, this persistent internal focus increases alertness and prevents the very relaxation needed to fall asleep or remain calm. To explain how sleep anxiety persists, you must understand the external shift in attention. When you notice a mistake at work or feel midday fatigue, it is easy to immediately blame poor sleep. This reflexive attribution creates a negative feedback loop. By linking everyday struggle to your rest, you inadvertently reinforce the belief that sleep is a serious systemic problem. Recognizing this mental habit is the first step toward breaking the cycle and reducing the pressure we place on our nighttime recovery. When we worry about rest, we often resort to safety behaviors, habits like sleeping in, taking long naps, or using alcohol to relax. While these actions are meant to help us cope, they actually disrupt our natural sleep cycle and keep us in a loop of insomnia. By recognizing these counterproductive patterns, we can stop unintentionally fueling our sleep issues and start building healthier, more effective routines. Let's explore how to break this cycle and reclaim your night. In this presentation, we will explore common safety behaviors used to manage fatigue. These often include compensatory habits like heading to bed earlier or lingering in bed longer than necessary to catch up on rest. Alternatively, they may manifest as avoidance behaviors where you might cancel social plans or scale back your daily routine to conserve energy. While these actions feel protective in the moment, understanding how they influence your long term recovery is key to regaining a healthy balance. Recognizing these patterns is the first step toward more effective energy management. Let's see how insomnia becomes a self sustaining cycle rather than a temporary problem. It begins with worry, which shifts your brain into a state of increased attention towards sleep. This heightened focus naturally boosts alertness, making it physically harder to drift off. To manage this, we often adopt coping behaviors like napping or staying in bed longer, which unfortunately disrupt natural sleep patterns. Over time, these combined factors keep the cycle of insomnia spinning, turning occasional restless nights into long-term struggle. The cognitive model of insomnia shows how worrying about sleep can keep us awake. It works like a circle. Worrying, we feel nervous about not getting enough sleep. Checking, we start looking for threats like watching the clock or noticing every small sound. Feeling scared, this makes our bodies feel tense or uncomfortable. Bad habits, we try to fix it by staying in bed too long or canceling fun plans. These habits lead back to more worry, keeping the cycle going. Often, sleep struggles are maintained by a cycle of overthinking, excessive focus on rest, counterproductive coping habits. When we worry about sleep, our bodies stay alert, making rest even harder to achieve. To break this cycle, we must learn to reduce nighttime anxiety, shift our attention away from the need to sleep, and replace unhelpful habits with healthier routines. By changing how we think and act, we can retrain our brains to find natural, restful sleep again. Thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe to this channel. Please share this knowledge and pass it on to your friends and family members today. Let's help everyone unlock their full potential, one night's great sleep at a time.